For us, it's a beautiful springtime afternoon in Malta, and we're going towards the semi-final of the national selection to the Eurovision Song Contest. And now next to me is last year's entry, almost last year's entry. He came third in the national final.
That's right.
It's Kurt Calleja. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you as well, and I hope all the viewers will enjoy this interview.
You brought with you two gentlemen. Who are they?
Well, this is Juergen, who is the composer of last year's song and also this year's song, and from the music side, and Mikael Gunnaros, who is more from the production side, but is one of the composers as well.
Now, how did you find each other to do this? Because you're from Sweden, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a strange story. A couple of years ago, I was at the Junior Eurovision. We met Boernig from Bulgaria.
Yeah.
Became friends, invited them to Sweden. They invited me to Italy for a festival. Next year, I returned with my students, which are singers, for a competition in Lido di Jesolo. Over there, I met Mr. Calleja.
So what did you do there?
Well, I was competing against his students.
Yeah.
And we were like, during the festival, we were like, oh, not really, no. We really enjoyed a nice conversation,
Yeah.
during the festival when we were relaxed. We're talking, making a joke out of, imagine if you wrote a song for me in Eurovision, and it was all like, and we found out like a couple of days later that this last year was going to be the first time they would let foreign composers introduce their songs for the Eurovision. So we thought, why don't we, do something like that? He sent me a song, we liked it, and we worked very well together last year, and the relationship just kept building. You know what I mean?
What was that song called?
Last year.
Last year?
Over and Over.
That was also yours, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
And now, so did you tailor the song, which is called This Is the Night, for this year, onto Kurt?
Yes, because first we were not going to do it, but then after we met in Italy this year as well.
A second time, because last year I actually won that festival, and this year I was asked to go as a judge in this very same festival. And during my time over there, Johan and I, obviously, because we were buddies, we thought, well, do you think we should put another song in? And he was like, well, maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea. I gave him a title. I think originally it was Tonight is the Night.
Tonight is the Night,
something like that. And when he went and kept on thinking about it, and he sent me a song very close actually to the closing date.
Yeah. It was very close.
It was very close. And then what we did, we just got the band into a small little studio, and we just got the instruments going, and we submitted that version as the application. And then later on, Mikael got involved by getting the song and really making it sound, professional.
Yeah.
Because ours was very amateur.
Yeah.
How long do you actually take to write the song? How long did it take for that song?
Such different. The Over and Over took about maybe 30 minutes. It was so quick. It just came. I was in the car driving, and I heard this melody coming, and I heard Kurt's voice doing it. And it was sort of the same thing this year, although it took some more time this year, because I didn't also want to repeat the same kind of song again. We wanted to do something totally different, because you cannot repeat, because people will still compare it, and most of the time they will not like the new song as much as last year's song. That's how
it's very normal.
It's very normal.
Especially, for example, this year we've had a lot of success with the song. It's been played on, I believe, it's been played on Eurovision Radio as well. Even though we were not the representative of our country, it's had a lot of radio time in Malta and airtime on television. They've asked me to play it in a number of concerts, which was great, you know what I mean? And so it was very difficult. We could either have gone with something similar, or else we just go with something new. We were able to fuse both ideas, weren't we? Like, the band is still there, but we fused the live instruments to a more dance track.
Yes.
And that is actually what we as a band play. I mean, when we're in doing our thing, we play in places where you can sort of feel the dance music, but it's done with real drums, not with the the synths and stuff. That's what we do as a band nowadays, and we've sort of were able to do, with the help of Mikael obviously, and Johan all together. We went to spend 4 days in the studio there, just waking up and getting, going to bed there.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it was successful. I mean, for us, I believe the sound is so much better now.
Do you do that all in Sweden, the mixing?
Yeah, absolutely. I can stick in a little piece of commercial. We mixed it using loudspeakers, studio monitors that I'm manufacturing myself.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, it's a brand new company called Newfield Corrego.
But you are both from Sweden, of course, and
Yeah.
it's a big industry there. It's a
Yeah.
melody festival. And are you also involved in this year? Have you been involved in the previous years?
Oh, you mean in the Swedish?
Yeah, Swedish national
It has
selection.
been very difficult for not known, because we are still not known songwriters, and to get into this bubble.
Yeah.
From my point of view, it started with the Junior Eurovision, then to the Adult Eurovision through Malta, and this is where we are now. So we'll probably try to submit something to Sweden if we get a good enough song.
You have to try. If you don't try,
You'll
no
never.
risk, no gain.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
right.
That's true.
But
That's
he
true.
has already been kind of to Eurovision, because the Junior Eurovision Song Contest entry for last year, you composed Faller.
Yeah, that's true. For Eric Rapp.
So excuse me for a moment to go back from Malta to
No,
do
that's
this.
all right. That's all right.
How did it all go for your delegation at that time with the result?
I mean, when you come as from Sweden in this competition, we don't have many neighbors. We don't have, you know how it is. Everybody know how it's working. It's the taste of music. So we kind of know from the start that we're starting somewhere in the last place and try to
Work your way up.
work ourselves up. So we kind of know that, and it's a competition, and tastes are different, and we're just enjoying the moment being there, just to
It's
be
an
in the
opportunity
action.
to perform in front of a big number of people.
Exactly, it's for the routine, and
That's right.
You cannot be too focused on winning and all like that, because then life will always be disappointments.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to see the gig, the getting to know everyone else, as an inspiration, and be satisfied with that. If you win, it's an extra bonus, but it can't
And
be
the trip to Yerevan can also inspire you for a new song you can write for Kurt.
That's right.
Exactly. I mean,
You never know.
You never know.
We've seen you in a few national selections here in Malta. It was Priscilla and Kurt.
That was the
a couple of
first
years
year,
ago. It was the
yes.
first. Was it Waterfalls?
That's the right.
That's one. Oh, my brain works.
Yeah, this is my third time altogether. I must be honest. It was first time I submitted was with Priscilla, and we made it to the final. Second time I submitted alone was last year, and this is the third time I've submitted. So thank God that at least every time I submitted, we made it here to the final.
But do you feel more confident or more easier to do a solo like you do now, or you want to be the duet?
I'm the kind of person who never draws a line anywhere, you know what I mean? It's like, if I love performing with other artists because I get the opportunity to learn. I want, Richard Edwards and I were talking about writing a duet just for radio. You know what I mean? Just for us, just for the fun of it. I performed with Deborah C a couple of months ago now. There's a number of people who are in the finals who I've actually worked with, and I enjoy it because you get to learn so much, you know, from the other people, which is amazing.
The song, maybe I should ask the composer of the song. It's called Tonight's the Night.
Yeah.
This is the night.
This is the night. Of course, will be the night on Friday to go through into the
That's right.
final. What is the song about? How did you get inspiration to write this?
Yeah, when I spoke to Kurt about it's different lyrics, because Kurt always sort of rewrites lyrics to make which is good, to make it more suit your
for me.
experiences.
That's right.
Exactly. So it gets more believable when he sings it, of course. So the original idea was, tonight is my night. I'm gonna shine. I'm gonna be the star, and sort of kept that into a little bit the same, but in
my own way.
Yeah.
The thing is, the original idea was that this is the night where you can change, where a change is going to happen to you. So it was written for me. When I wrote it, when I took Johan's lyrics and wrote them to fit my personality and my vocabulary, I was thinking like, okay, how could this relate? How could someone else relate to this song? So, for example, someone is getting married. This is the night for me to make it, you know, like this is going to change my life. Someone's graduating. Someone's going to make a big decision in his life, and it's going to, you know, this is the night.
It's a typical American Idol lyric, isn't it?
I guess so.
Yeah,
It's
sort of
inspired.
like that.
It's, I mean, it's you know, like we have the opportunity every day to make a change, and it always starts today. You can't say I'm going to do it tomorrow, or you know, you always have the time, what you have is now, and that's the only power you have to make a change.
Since when do you actually sing? Since when did you discover that you wanted to be a music star?
Oh right, I always loved the camera since I was a kid, but I guess it started off later in life. You know, I mean, when I was a kid, I used to go to the choirs just to be with my friends. You know, it wasn't really something that I had inspired to. Here in Malta, obviously, the opportunities have recently grown. It wasn't as big as it was. It wasn't as big as it is now. During my time when I was a kid, I just did it for, you know, like to be with my friends. But along the years, my cousin and I were in this youth center together, and we started singing. And then obviously he took his solo way, I took my solo way, and he just, you know, it just starts on its own. It just got me from the shoulders, and sort of all of a sudden, from one little show to the next. And then I'm not a shy person, I must admit, so I had asked a couple of TV producers if I can be like a backing vocalist or something in a TV program, and it's just sort of kept on building there. And then the more you do it, the more you get to love it, and here we are today, you know.
But are you a full-time musician? Because I know many singers in Malta, they have two jobs. On one side they're teachers or working as a lawyer. One of your colleagues, singing colleagues, is a lawyer. But do you have a second job going on?
I'm self-employed, so I'm a marketer.
Okay.
You know, I market myself obviously as a singer. So, for example, I'm booking my own work for music, I'm managing my stuff and all that. But obviously, to boost my income, I also do marketing when it comes to alternative energy. So there's photovoltaic panels and solar water heaters and all that stuff.
Wow,
it's an interesting job. I get to meet a lot of people. It's currently one of the biggest issues in Malta, the electricity bill. I get to sort of help my Maltese, you know, my people sort of invest in a system which will make them more comfortable later in life when it comes to the electricity bill, obviously. And I love doing it. You know.
Back to music.
Back to music.
Back to music. Who actually inspires you on being a music star?
It's a mixture of people. Personally, I love, for example, how Robbie Williams steals the stage. I love Chris Daughtry's voice a lot, and the fact and how he plays, you know, is like very into it. Then on a completely different number, I love Michael Jackson. How, you know, he steals, you know, all the moves, and he's all over the stage, and the energy he transmits to the people. There's a good number of people who inspire me. I like Enrique Iglesias a lot. You know, the sex appeal of him, how he sings, you know, the feelings he transmits. Yeah, there's a good number of singers. I can't really narrow it down, but I guess those would be Michael Bublé, you know, the charming with the tie and the jacket. Yeah, there's a good number of people that I like.
Kurt, thank you very much. Also to your composers. Very nice interview, very, very much enjoyable. You have a message to your fans or to the readers, listeners and viewers of our program?
Yes, live life, just enjoy it, be positive, always be positive, and always be ready to listen more than to talk, and you will learn a lot. That is what I can say for sure.
Thank you very much for that advice. Kurt, thank you very much. And the team, Tonight's night, this is the night, is your entry to the national final in Malta for 2012. All the best. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.